You ain't a JoJo's fan if you haven't heard about what's been going on recently. Ever since Netflix dropped the first episode of Steel Ball Run and nothing else, people have just been super mad, and for good reason. And this ended up in the creation of the trend Johnny Vaughn. And that ended up in the creation of another trend, which is like Steel Ball Run, analog horror of telling Netflix to release the next episode. Of course, all that is kind of over now because of what Netflix said about it, like being weekly. But I figure it's still kind of funny, like all the things. So I'll go over a couple of those analog horror videos here. And so, without further ado, let's get started.
Netflix, why did you forget about me, Netflix? Do you think my suffering is a joke? You will suffer just as over.
I will sing you a song, and it won't be very long, about a maiden.
I found this video on a channel called MVS Ano or MV Sano, I'm not sure, but it was, I think, the first one that I personally saw, and I just find these videos so funny, and it kind of reminds me of that old video from like maybe like a decade ago of some person putting some RC car into like a pyramid and then saying, "You have 1 month to pay me $1 million" or something like that, and then it just never went anywhere because the guy didn't actually have any incriminating video. And this next one is quite similar, so let's just show that. Oh yeah, and it's from a channel called Hung at 2009.
Netflix, where is SPR?
2026.
What day?
We don't know.
This one I'd say is more like of that analog horror than the last one, because the last one was kind of just a creepy video, but kind of looked analog, whereas this one definitely gives a feel of like the Mandela catalog or something like that. So in my opinion, like, I like the background of the first video more, but I think overall this video is probably better. Plus the 6 days with the staticky screen I think is pretty cool. Anyways, this next video actually creeped me out a tiny bit. It's from Diego Hates Netflix Brando, so let's watch it.
Netflix. 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 Where is episode 2? Why didn't you post it? Why must we wait? We want Steel Ball Run and you don't even care.
So yeah, overall it's just a normal video, but that end there where you like zoom forward made me jump a bit when I first watched it. But other than that, it's not that creepy. But again, I think these videos are pretty fun, pretty funny. And the next one that I have is easily the longest of the ones that I have found, and in my opinion is the most that's like an actual analog horror. You guys might disagree with me, but I'll show that now, yeah. And it's by this AU of reality.
Spin!
It's time for the Steel Ball Run to begin!
So, yeah, I think that like in this one is the most like analog horror to me because it starts with a seemingly normal clip and then it goes to another clip that's like corrupted with some evil thing inside of it, which turns out to be a Steel Ball Run fan that can't watch the anime, which is pretty fair. I felt like that as well. So, I get the feeling. It's very realistic. So, yeah, other than that, it seems like Netflix has confirmed that when the next stage does release, it will be weekly. But I still think that they should have released stage 1 and 2 together because, stage 1 is one episode. Overall, I guess it being weekly is still better than them releasing the stage in a batch, so it's whatever. Also, a funny thing I saw someone say was that, because, people, when they got the announcement that it would be weekly, they were saying, like, stuff like, it's okay, Netflix, take your time, we'll be patient. And then someone said in response, oh my goodness, JoJo fans are actually letting a joke die, which makes me kind of sad that we're probably not going to get much more Steel Ball Run analog horror, but I am glad that it was there because it was really funny. Also, whoever decided to call it the Johnny Vaughn meme Johnny Vaughn, I hate you because it could have been Vaughny, bro. It was right there. Right there. How did you miss that? How? Come on. Be better. Oh yeah, one last thing. One Piece fans have decided to jump on the trend and everyone is clowning on them because it's unoriginal and unfunny. So that in of itself is kind of funny.